A win on the opening day, you must be delighted.
Yeah, I think you look at how you win sometimes, and you hope that you can win by playing fantastically well for the whole 96 minutes in the end. But I think we had spells. I think that if you look at the way we started, and probably up till 55 minutes when we scored the second goal or whatever time it was, we looked in pretty much control, and we looked very, very comfortable. It looked like there was only going to be one winner at that point. Then I think we just get into little habits sometimes, maybe of dropping in a bit too much and trying to protect the lead, and you give the onus to the other team and you allow the other team to pin you back. I thought Reading did it quite well. They went very, very direct. They ended up with 2 or 3 up and around our back 4 and occupied us, and it made it hard for us to get out. I just think that's where we've got to try and be a little bit better, and we seem to regain control a little bit after 1 or 2 nervy moments in and around our box, and then I think for the last 10-15 minutes we seem to get that control back. I think Robbo going into the heart of our midfield helped that, gave us a little bit more composure, and then we end up putting ourselves under pressure somehow, in the extra minute that got added on seemingly.
The extra minute in stoppage time, and it was a dramatic minute at that.
Well, it was, yeah. I think that sometimes I can't really fault the ref, but I was a bit surprised we ended up playing 96 and a bit when there was 95 went up additionally. There were 2 extra bookings within that time, which I think you can argue by the letter of the law he should add that time on, but he gave himself a little bit of a decision to make. But I can't really fault that. We just can't leave ourselves in that position where there's a player on the edge of the box who's got time on the ball to take a touch, and we're scurrying back. We've got to be a little bit better than that. But it happened, and at that point you think that all the hard work we're going to end up losing the game or losing the 3 points. Thomas shows his amazing experience. He's been there and seen it and done it before, and he came up with a magnificent save.
A brilliant end to Thomas's debut, and it was another debutant that gave you the win, John Sorrell.
Yes, yeah, I think that's why we brought John in. I think that we spoke to Andy and just felt we need more of a goal threat in there. I think Andy can give us that. But I think John also can give us a different option as a number 10. He gets in the box well, and that's something we do a lot where Clayton runs wide. And I think when Clayton runs wide, sometimes we don't get enough bodies in the box because of it. So I think John did that well. I mean, it was a great goal. Clayton gets it, turns, puts a beautiful ball in the box, and John rises fantastically. Great timing, great header. You wouldn't expect that from a continental player of his flair. And I think he'll get better and better. I think some of the players in there, Michael, the same. First game in the Championship, very, very difficult game to come into. And I think after 55, 60 minutes, we knew that he would probably tire a little bit, and after picking up a yellow card early on, I just didn't want to take any risk with him.
And after all the drama at the end there, this place was rocking with a packed out St Andrews.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was great to hear the atmosphere again. I think with about 10 minutes to go, they started singing and opening up a little bit, and we're in full voice. And I think that helps the players. We said it before. The one thing we don't want to do this season is start like they did the last season. We want to start well. We want to start on the front foot. We want to start building points early on and use that confidence to kick us on. We know we can play a lot better than that overall, but I think in patches we showed what we're good at. And an opening day win is not easy to find, so I think that against a good Reading team that have signed some good players in the summer, it's a very, very good start for us.
And on to Bristol Rovers in the League Cup on Tuesday.
Yes, yeah, again, they come thick and fast this month. I think we've got potentially 7 games if we can navigate the Bristol tie, but certainly 6, and it's not going to be easy. So once again, I think that's where our squad will come into play, and that's where we can use 3 or 4 players maybe to freshen that up, and I think we're strong enough to do that this year. Certainly won't be all 11 like I did up at Blythe in the FA Cup, but I'm looking forward to the game. Yeah, should be a lot of crowd there. Bristol having gone up, I'm sure we'll be keen to start their second game very well as well.